We are live. World Series preview, baseball only show. We are live. We are live. I've said that multiple times. We are live.
Live as can be.
Yep. Frank, a little under the weather. A little under the
A little
weather.
under weather, but I'm here. I'm a pro. Uh, I'm not quitting like certain people we might have seen over the last couple of days.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously, um, Frank, at any point during this show, especially me, I'm gonna leave you out of the equation. At any point this season, did JML, meaning me, did I say the Yankees have a shot at winning the World Series?
No,
Okay. Let the record state the
right.
person that I talk to about baseball the most, Frank, that we
We've been
do
on
this
it. Yeah,
show at least once or twice a week. I have not once said the Yankees can win the World Series.
especially not when the Astros are in front of them, which we
Yeah.
both agreed on for the longest time.
What's up, Macamania? What's up,
Yo,
Justin? And congratulations to Justin. His Philadelphia Phillies made
yep.
the World Series, which is
What a
great.
job. Shout
The
out Rob
Astros are a
Thompson.
team of destiny. We knew it from the start of the season.
Yeah,
Verlander, after his first two or three starts, I said to Frank, I said, this guy's on a mission. As long as they have that frontline ace starter, that's all they need because everyone else will just fall in line, and that's that's it, and that's what happened. Obviously, when you look at their lineup and you look at the Yankees lineup, they're similar, but I'll tell you the major difference between the Yankees and the Astros. Want me to tell you what the major difference? It is the timely hitting and situational hitting that makes the difference. The Yankees have this tendency when they go into the postseason where it's home run or bust. This year was the only year that I remember during the regular season for the past decade that they played some sort of small ball and stole some bases. This postseason, they completely regressed to Bronx Bomber baseball, and that got them in a heap of trouble. And unfortunately, I also said in the beginning of the season, and people laughed at me, people ridiculed me, they made fun of me. I said, the Chad Green loss out of the bullpen is going to come back and haunt them. And it did. Chad Green was always the best reliever that they had, the most dependable reliever that they had. Was he great? No, but he was dependable. He can come out, he can be an opener, he can be the first guy out of the bullpen, he could even be your closer. He was adaptable. You could put him in any role, and he was comfortable with it. When we lost him, we had Britton rehabbing. We had Chapman. I don't know what happened to Chapman. Okay. Clay Holmes in the first half, he looked like Mariano Rivera 2.0. Clay Holmes in the second half looked like Armando Benitez 2.0. This is more of a reason why Aaron Judge should have won the MVP. And I'm going to repeat this.
yep.
If you took Aaron Judge off the Yankees, they probably don't make the playoffs. And people go, whoa, they were like 8 games over the Blue Jays. And okay,
Mm-hmm.
who else made the playoffs? The Blue Jays and Tampa. They were all within striking distance, 8 or 9 games. We probably would have fallen behind both of those teams.
Yeah. What a judge. Think about the wins he contribute to it. Maybe even on off paper, but on paper. Yep.
Yeah, it was a sweep. But I'm going to be honest with you.
It should have been.
It, game one was the opportunity.
Yep.
We had every opportunity to win that game. We had Verlander on the ropes in the first 2 innings multiple times. We had runners on second and third. Couldn't get the job done. Then he settled in, he found a groove, and forget it. It was over. It was over.
Right.
The
And
Yankees
then,
made some bad trades.
yeah.
They 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 traded for Frankie Montas instead of trading for Luis Castillo.
Even though they should have listened to our show, we ranted on this for a good 2 weeks, 3 weeks prior to the All-Star. I mean, to the trading deadline.
Frankie Montas pitched 1 or 2 innings in the postseason. That's it, and we traded some decent minor leaguers to get him.
Yeah, you trade for him. I mean, you trade for Benintendi, who didn't turn out to be any kind of real impact on the team, even though we were both for that trade. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. Efros gets injured immediately. Instead of trading for David Robertson, we trade for Efros, which good young player, but again, worrying about team control, worrying about cheapness, instead of looking for people to replace the people you're missing. Like you said, we lost to Chad Green, we lost to Michael King. Chapman was gone. Holmes was injured.
We had no bullpen.
We had no bullpen. It was on fumes. It was on fumes. By the end, it was just Loizaga was trying to carry it, and Wandy were carrying the team on their back.
And they can't pitch every day.
They can't pitch every day. But as we said, as it always comes down to every year, pitching or not, you have to have the timely hitting, and they can't. And they did not have that yet again. They didn't really have it against Cleveland, to be honest.
Yep.
I think you expected them to lose to Cleveland, and I said they would get past them and probably get beat pretty badly by the Astros. And that's what's happened.
And the only reason why they didn't lose to Cleveland is because they made one good trade for Bader.
Oh, yes, this is true. Bader.
The trade that everyone thought was even us. We thought, we're like, what is this trade?
Had more impact than anybody expected.
Yeah.
So
you got some comments in chat. Don't worry, we will get to see what they will go without Judge next season. I mean, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. As much as very early on, I thought Judge was going to leave. There's no way they let that man walk. I've been doing the math. They have the money. They have the resources. They have the minor league system that they can fill in the gaps if they want to be cheap. So it's really up to Judge. Does Judge want to go to the Giants or does he want to go to the Yankees? Those are the only two teams I think that are a real consideration for Judge. Because Judge is a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
If Judge was to go to a Red Sox, to the Cubs, to even the Mets, he's going to look like A-Rod when A-Rod left the Mariners and went to the Rangers and became vilified. Aaron Judge does not want that. He wants to be marketable. He wants to make the money off of the field. So the go home, coming back home story fits or staying with the team.
Yes. And I was thinking about something before we went on air. Should just keep trade Stanton.
The problem is no one's going to take Stanton.
Honestly, yeah. First of all, they're not going to take Stanton, and they kind of need him.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they lost Judge. But I was thinking about it before we went on the air. We discussed a little bit. And I was thinking about it. I was speaking with my father, biggest Yankee fan I know. We were just discussing, Judge, like you said, is a smart man, businessman. If he goes to the Giants and say, they do very well, maybe they go to a World Series. I don't know, like how far they are from competing. They had over 100 wins last year. They got some money to spend. They could make a run possibly out there. But much like when Robinson Cano left the Yankees, Judge is not going to be a Hall of Famer, most likely. However, if he's a career Yankee, he'll be one of the all-time legendary Yankees, and that's worth a lot more than being one of the all-time legendary, Cubs, I guess. As far as a marketable sense, Giants. Yeah. I'm not to insult those people, luckily, because that's a great organization's history. But you know what I'm trying to say. When you're a Yankee, it's a bigger kind of thing. He would be forever like the face of the franchise, much like Jeter is now.
Well, look, Reggie Jackson won 3 World Series titles with the Oakland A's. Okay,
what's he remembered as?
He's remembered as a Yankee, for better or worse. He's remembered as a Yankee, and he played for 4 different teams. He played for the Angels. And he played for the Orioles as well. But he's remembered as a Yankee. I'm not sure if he played more seasons with the Yankees than he did with the A's. It might have been around the same amount of time, but he certainly won more World Series titles with the A's than he did with the Yankees.
Yeah, 3-2.
Mhm.
I think he was only with the Yankees maybe 5 seasons, 6 seasons. So,
And for that matter,
and yet he goes into the Hall of Fame. What's the cap he has on his head?
even A-Rod, okay,
Yes,
is known as a Yankee.
right. He's not remembered as a Seattle Mariner or a Texas Ranger.
For better or worse, he's remembered as a Yankee.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think? So far, this postseason, the Phillies have really been impressive.
Yeah,
They knocked out the Cardinals, which I didn't even have them doing. Frank did.
I did. I thought if anyone can make that kind of Braves last year Nationals and 19 run, I thought they were well set up because of 2 reasons. First of all, the management change obviously has helped. Rob Thompson's done a heck of a job.
It makes no sense, though.
Yeah, it makes no sense, but it's worked. But they also have one of the biggest trades they made. We talked about off air the other day.
Yeah,
was Marsh
they got Marsh for
nothing.
a double-A catcher. He solidified the outfield defense, and another trade that they made, and it really wasn't a trade, is that they got Bryce Harper healthy
Yes,
just in
100%.
time for the postseason. And
Yes,
Bryce
folks.
Harper right now is a man on a mission. And
Yes.
it even goes into the what they did in free agency. Kyle Schwarber, even though he hits 220, he bombed 40 plus homers this year. And you know what?
Yeah.
He's been in the postseason
A lot.
multiple times and performed with the Cubs, with the Red Sox. I'm probably leaving out a team, but he's performed on the big stage. They are a scary team. I know everyone's taking the Astros, and that's fine. I personally think the Astros will win.
Right.
I said this
We're
in
in
the beginning
agreement
of
on
the
that.
year, but I wouldn't rule out the Phillies with the upset during this World Series.
Yeah, I think I think the only teams that probably could beat them. Yeah, I mean it's very tough. It's very tough. I know I had the Braves beating them again, but I thought they were well. They were the only team that matched up with them well. But the Phillies, if Bryce Harper is still playing this well during this upcoming week, and the pitching is holding, and everybody else is on this, and they're very hot, and they've basically got nothing to lose. Nobody expects them to be there. They can pull off the upset. However, it could be just as well that the Astros just sweep this series and don't lose a game this postseason the way they've been playing. But I don't think that's going to happen.
And at what point do we actually say, if, let's say, the Phillies shock the world here, everyone is in love with Mike Trout, and he's an unbelievable player. I get it. Golden Boy, says all the right things, does all the right things. He's very vanilla, right? He hasn't done much for the game of baseball to improve the game of baseball. He doesn't do commercials. He's very to himself. Bryce Harper, on the other hand, is a very polarizing figure in the game. People either love him or hate him. I love it. I love when someone has passion and fire and they show it. Mike Trout doesn't show it. And it shows to extend himself with the Angels when he could have waited for free agency and got probably the same amount of money to go play with a contender. What do we think there, Frank?
Yeah. I'm a Harper fan. Like I said, much like yourself. The minute he came up with the Nationals, I was like, this guy's special. I thought he'd be a Yankee. Everybody thought he'd be a Yankee. He thought he'd be a Yankee.
Yep.
But I'm glad he's finally shown he can do it. He's silencing a lot of these critics. It's funny how, like you said, when some people just want to be anything than just the vanilla, smiling, humble guy, they take it personal. But he fits that persona well. He fits the Phillies. It fits that city. It's a good mix.
Remember,
and,
Bryce Harper.
He wins this World Series. This guy's cementing his legacy.
Bryce Harper, I believe, very much like LeBron James, was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at like the age of 14 or 15
Right.
as being, the next big superstar in the major leagues at the age of 14.
It's a lot of
And
pressure.
he's definitely lived up to it. Some people will say he didn't. I mean, he's a two-time MVP. He's got over 300 career homers, over 1,000 career RBIs. And oh, by the way, he only turned 30 a couple weeks ago. But can't come up in the clutch. What did he do last night? I think you can get rid of that statement.
Yeah.
Did you see the game? Have you seen this postseason? His OPS is at 1,400.
These are like video game numbers,
It's
guys.
unprecedented. And oh, by the way, he has an elbow that needs surgery, major surgery. That's why he can't play the outfield. Took him 15 years. He hasn't been in the league 15 years. Now you're just
All right, guys. Let's not go there. That's kind of silly. It's just like this whole talk about certain guys. Oh, they don't play well in the postseason. It's not very easy to play well in the postseason. What he's doing right now is not easy to do, guys.
No.
Especially at the end of a 6-month season, and he's already banged up as it is. Got the bad elbow. It's not easy. A lot of these big name guys don't do well. It's not that they can't handle the bright lights. It's just the laws of average.
Yeah, even
Short sample size.
a big time pitcher.
Yeah, we've
like
seen it.
Max Scherzer, who you would have been you would have put all the money in the world that he would have beat the Padres game 1, and he gave up 7 runs, and it turned the tide of that series
right away. Probably changed the tide of this entire postseason, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, really, Justin Verlander, his first start against the Mariners, he didn't look that great. He got bailed out by Jordan with the 3-run bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens.
It happens.
You're not always going to be perfect.
Yeah. We talked about playoff Kershaw a couple weeks ago.
I think Ben's talking to games about cutting the workforce at his job.
Ooh.
I've been following along as well.
Sorry to hear that.
Let's talk about the Astros. And let's give the Devil their due. They are the best franchise in baseball, the best dynasty for the last decade. Almost a decade.
Right.
They've won World Series appearances. They won 1. Yes, there's some scrutiny. I'm not going to get into it because forget it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Yankee fan, people are going to automatically assume.
Why are you saying that?
Why am I not? Okay,
they're being wrong. They're talking mean to us. We're so wronged. Okay.
We've gotten over that. We're past that. Yes, I know about that. I know about the Red Sox.
It's like saying some guy stole, so if I steal, it's not such a big deal. We know.
I get it.
We're not talking about that anymore. We're talking about this team is the best.
This team is resilient. Okay. Mm-hmm. The real well ran. Carlos Correa, by all accounts, best overall shortstop in the game, heading into free agency last year, signed a deal with the Twins. And they're like, man, they're really going to miss him. A couple years ago, George Springer, same thing. They're really going to miss him.
Nope.
They went to 2 straight World Series without those guys, and they've replaced them with almost equal or greater value.
If anything, they're better now than they were even 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Let alone 5 years ago when they actually won it all.
Their pitching's younger, besides Verlander.
Yeah.
Their bullpen is arguably better. And their lineup is probably top to bottom more balanced.
They hit up and down that lineup. And you can't make mistakes to them because they'll make you pay. They thrive on it.
And oh, by the way, they also fired their manager, AJ Hinch, because of the scandal, and their GM. And this team hasn't missed a beat.
And think about where they came from. They came from literally tanking when they came over to the American League, and within 5 years, they were world champs.
Yes, and
Now,
we've seen tanking and organizations build themselves back up and win a World Series like the Cubs.
then
The Cubs
tear it right
weren't
down.
able to sustain it. The Astros have lasted a lot longer.
And a tougher time to actually do this too. It's a tougher. It's not easy to build a long-term run like that. And they've done it.
This was an interesting tidbit here.
Mhm.
Jake, thanks for the comment.
Thanks, Ken.
There's a line people tell about players they personally dislike. Even if I diss someone like Terrell Suggs, I respect the hell out of him, respect the skills. Exactly.
100%.
Exactly. I'm not a Shohei Ohtani. Like, I'm not this fanboy of him. But I think he's the best player in the game because of what he does. No one's ever been able to do it.
Mhm.
Okay. That's my one person I personally just I don't care for. I'm sure Frank has one too. What is yours, Frank? Who is yours?
One player that I don't like, but I respect.
Yeah.
You're saying? It's a good
It's
question.
interesting. In
It's a good
chat, do you
question.
have a player? It could be in
Very
any
good question.
sport that you dislike but you respect.
I mean, that's a tough one. Like currently,
I know who it's going to be for you.
I got a couple ones, but
No, from the past.
yeah,
I
from the
think I
past, everyone. Yeah, you know what I'm going to say there.
David Ortiz.
I'm not going to say
I
his
think,
name.
for you.
Yeah, you have to respect
David Ortiz, right?
David Ortiz for sure. Even Pedro,
Mm-hmm.
you got to respect. There's a lot of one-upmanship. We know the fans. It gets fun. I think it gets a little silly sometimes. I see a lot of ha ha ha. You wanted the Astros last week. You lost. Well, of course we wanted them because we wanted to get to the LCS. What kind of fans would we be?
Kobe. Yeah, I get that.
That's a big one. I mean, I wasn't the biggest Jordan fan. I wasn't a big basketball fan, but I wasn't a Bulls fan, but I respected him. He always beat the Knicks when I was a kid. But yeah, there's a lot of that. It's not even like this sour grape. They keep it's the only thing that irks me is this feeling like the Astros have been wronged, like they're indignant, like, oh, we're getting a lot of abuse. It's not right. No, it's something you have to eat, and they've done it well. They've taken that and they've making it positive. So hey, good for you.
Yeah, and listen, and everyone that we just named, besides Nick Foles, because Macamania is just sometimes is a weirdo. Love you. Sometimes you're a weirdo. These are all greats of the game, all right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you get so enamored with your dislike of a player, some people do, that they don't appreciate him until years later, or unfortunately with Kobe Bryant, when they're gone. And you're like, man, that sucks. He was really great. Blah, blah, blah. We know what happened with Kobe, right? There was plenty of people like Ben that they didn't like Kobe Bryant for one reason or another, right? Could have been what happened in Colorado. I'm not going to get into the details about it, or some stuff that's just hearsay about a player. Same thing with LeBron. There's some things about LeBron that rubs people the wrong way. China, the decision, all these other things that happen kind of outside the court that takes away from the on-court persona. It did a lot of these players in.
Yeah, I mean, we can go on all day about the list of people.
What's up, Diamond?
You could go on. We got all day in every sport. Tom Brady, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, currently your boy, Peyton. Whoever.
And we were talking about players that you made dislike, but you respect. So if you guys want to add in chat a player in that boat for you, let us know. And it seems to me that I usually like the players that are polarizing for one reason or another.
Somebody's got it, right?
I mean, Bryce Harper is one of them. Aaron Rodgers. I get it. I'm gonna get in chat. Well, Aaron's having a yeah. Okay, he's having a bad year. They're having a bad year. It happens.
Yeah, we live in a instant gratification society. It's like, what have you done lately? I know, but they don't take Super Bowls away from people.
Carlos Correa. Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe there is the redeeming thing there. I don't know, but
yeah, I get it.
there is
Brady's won a
talent.
lot.
There is
Yeah,
talent there.
yeah,
There's
exactly.
talent.
Brady. That's the thing. See, the Patriots, Brady, they won a lot, just like the
Yeah.
Yankees. They, at least, even though they haven't won in a long time, people still have that view of them. Can't stand Brock Lesnar.
See,
Respect what he's done. Okay,
I don't see hate's such a strong word.
I
Such a
don't hate
strong and like the word hate, like
Yeah,
to hate someone, it's just
I yeah.
it's
I think there's like a
sometimes I
second
slip
form.
and say it and then I
Yeah,
just feel
you know
awful
what we
about
should
it.
really call it? It's sports hate is different than real hate. I mean, there's some people that get really far with it, but I think there's something called sports hate. A friend of mine we like to say this. Sports hatred is different. It's not real hatred. It's just it's just like even this series, watching them get swept by the Astros. I respect them. I think they're the better team. Clearly, they deserve it. But I'm still angry. I still don't. I'm still mad at them for beating my team, even though they're better. That's emotion.
I
We're emotional.
dislike.
We're all
Yeah.
fans. I dislike. Yes, I like that.
I gave respect to Kobe though. Out of his career, just didn't like his younger career days. I used to get called a Kobe hater. Hey, I'll be honest.
Your opinion. You're allowed to have opinion. I wasn't a Laker fan. Never have been.
I love the way that he played. There's just some things that he did that I personally didn't like either, even on the court. But man, if you want to talk about someone that was determined to win and lift his team with him and just carry them on his back, that was
he had
one
that
of those guys.
We talked about when we were watching Jeter's documentary that he had that quality, Kobe.
Yeah,
and that's what you love to see when that's on your team. You love that.
And I know this is a baseball show, right? But okay. I'll transition very briefly to football.
Sure.
Tom Brady does not have that winner's instinct this year. Whether it's the mental thing, for Tom Brady to take 11 days off of training camp and then take time off to attend a wedding, some of these other things, unretire. Retire.
He seems so indecisive this year.
This doesn't seem like the winner that I know, that we all know.
Yeah, I'm starting. Well, not even starting anything. A lot of people are starting to say he probably shouldn't have came back this year if he's not have his right mind in it, like you said. He's got nothing left to prove.
This is a distraction, I guess, for him to play football while
I get it.
Personal life is going awry.
But it's hard to juggle that.
But we had, someone in chat saying yesterday that they've had issues for years now, which is fine. But when they come to a head and there's the light at the end of the tunnel of like, man, this is actually going to happen. That's when it really hits a couple and it hits someone like, oh, this is the end of our relationship. And you have kids involved, you have families, you have homes, and you have millionaire problems on top of it. Who's going to get this? Who's going to get that? It's a lot. And he's trying to play football on top of it. It's just a recipe for disaster. I remember that night like it was last night. Before I started watching all the streams, I used to hate quite a bit listening to all you streamers. I cut a lot of that out. Like you were a hater, like a troll on the streams? Mine is Peyton Manning, great player, can respect this game, terrible sportsmanship. Ben, elaborate. I think I kind of get what you're saying.
Sorry about that.
That's all good.
Yeah.
And there's obviously fan bases that hate other fan bases, right? And see, I use the word hate, but but you really shouldn't hate them because at the end of the day, they're fans of a team as much as you're fans of whatever team.
Yeah. Don't let anybody ever tell you you're not a fan just because you're a fan of a team that's good or a team that wins too much, wherever the complaint might be.
Yeah. 1992 NLCS Sid Bream made a 12-year-old me cry.
Yeah, remember that game?
Yeah. 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 I mean, the Pirates, man, that should have been something, right?
Yeah,
With those teams.
those early '90s Pirates for
And
sure.
then 93, you lose Bonds to the Giants. It's unfortunate. And did Bobby Bowe end up signing as a free agent, or did they trade him? The Pirates.
They
I know he went to the Orioles, right? Didn't he go to the Orioles? Something like that.
something like that.
The word hate.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of
we use
words.
it as it's used sometime in jest. Maybe it shouldn't be because it's a strong word.
There's a lot of words that were used 20 plus years ago that probably not in our vernacular now for a multitude of reasons.
Yeah, it's just.
I have no idea. I have no idea. RGL said supposedly he was going to break. I haven't heard from him today, but again, I could text him. I haven't texted him. So as of right now, no one, but I would stay tuned.
Do some
What's up, Eric? Go.
Yeah, it's just it's tough when you're a fan of a team. Hey, you invest a lot of your time, and like we've been watching this season the whole 6 months, and then like I said, in a week it's over. Not even a week. A week ago tomorrow I was at Yankee Stadium for Game 5, and then
RGL has breakups. Okay,
but it's just that's the way it goes. Anybody? Any comments in the chat? Anybody? Who we picking for the World Series? What are we thinking?
they were thinking Phillies. We're thinking Astros.
What kind of how
What
do
are we
you see
thinking?
this going? I can see this going multiple ways. The most likely is that the Houston wins it pretty handily, but if the Phillies could steal a couple or steal one in Houston, which isn't easy
They
to do.
have to win the Verlander game. That's the thing.
Same thing again. So Friday night, it's a must win.
And people like, oh well, stating the obvious, but
Yeah, but I mean,
that's how they would win the series.
yeah, because they have some really good pitching even after Verlander. But if you can beat Verlander, nobody else is unbeatable. I don't think.
Yeah.
And unless the Phillies just stop hitting, and I don't see that happening, unlike what we saw with our Yankees, because they have more balanced lineup. And I mean, in October you do win with big home runs. Harper just hit one last night.
Yep.
To win the series. You have to be able to do that. You have to make contact to do that.
Yep.
I mean, we saw the Yankees beat the Guardians by just a couple timely home runs. That can happen, but you have to be able to do that. You can't have multiple, automatic outs in your lineup.
Yep.
So we were not surprised. We talked about this on the show for months, even 2 months ago during that August swoon. We pretty much were in agreement this wasn't going to end well, and it did. So most fans aren't surprised. Are they upset?
They lucked out because in September some of the bats woke up.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough to sustain, and we didn't think it would be anyway. That's a story for another day. But yeah, there's a lot of angry fans out there.
There's a lot of angry fans in chat. Sorry, I'm trying to get my break spot. So yeah, that Harper is actually on its way to RGL because he's a bigger Harper fan than me. So it's going his way. I have it sitting near me. So it's a cool card, but it's going to a better home.
Yeah, it gets tough after your season's over. I'm sitting there struggling to get excited to talk about baseball again.
As much as I hate to say it, I think the Astros take it.
Thank you.
I think.
It is what it is. It's not going to change the real result for me personally. So,
no.
I mean, it's been a while since the Astros were. Well, no, I think it's been a while since American League has won one. So I think the Red Sox were the last AL team. But
for sure.
it's just what I like. It doesn't matter to me. It's gonna be tough for me to get into even watching this. I always say when the Yankees are eliminated, I don't want to watch baseball anymore until spring training. But I'm sure I'll check in. Hopefully, I just hope for a good series. I hope Harper can put on a show, silence some more haters. Why not? And Philly, despite I know there's a lot of rivalries, New York and Philly, but they're a crazy sports town. I have to respect that. They respect that they love their sports. So shout out to them.
I mean, the state of Pennsylvania in general. I mean, Pittsburgh and Philly, both great sports towns.
Yeah, shout out Brandon. I know you're excited about your Phillies in the World Series. I had to shout him out. I don't think he'll be watching this, but that's okay. Shout out Brandon from New Jersey. Shout out BSK. All right. So, yeah, so we've got this World Series coming up. We'll have a very interesting offseason after that. So stay tuned. There'll be some interesting hot stove stuff going on for sure.
It's just my Discord notifications. It's no DMs. No DMs, people. No DMs. It'll be interesting. The off season, obviously, with Judge, that's the
biggest news. But
I think $50 million a year question. I think that's the salary that gets it done. At least $50 million a year for Judge.
Yeah, and they do have that money. Before everybody says no, we did the math.
They do, and we also didn't realize something. Anthony Rizzo has an opt out.
Sure,
and he's gonna opt out. So
he's gonna opt out. He'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, that's $16 million more dollars.
Rizzo's gonna opt out. The guy he could get a multi-year deal elsewhere or anywhere.
Yeah,
this season he had. I mean, you could even see him go back to the Cubs.
Yeah, he can go back to the Cubs.
I don't think if he opts out, like we were assuming he's going to do, I don't see them re-signing him for more money.
He can go to the Red Sox. He can go wherever.
The Yankees will probably just like platoon DJ and somebody else at first base.
Carpenter. Maybe if they want to bring back Carpenter.
Maybe. Yeah, that's another question.
It remains to be seen. I was thinking Judge was gone, but it really is a 50-50 shot. I think it's between the Yankees and the Giants.
Yeah. I don't think the Yankees, like you said, can afford to let him walk. No, I know people are going to say, well, he didn't do well in the playoffs. Well, like we said, do they even come close to winning an AL East without him? No.
No, they don't get to the playoffs without
Judge. To the playoffs. He won. I think he had 4 walk-off hits, but I think if I can look back at how many games that he either tied or went ahead with a hit or made a play, so.
And even if the Yankees would have somehow miraculously came back against the Astros without Cortez, forget it. They would have been done.
Yeah. Now we find out
finally the shoe fell off because he got hurt.
He got hurt. And I mean, he was hurt at the end of the season. We thought it was a fake injury, but it turns out this something has been bothering him for a while, and he tried to play through it, which he probably shouldn't have, but
and then it makes sense as to why they pulled him so early
in that game. Yeah,
in that game,
we were so confused by that. Now it makes sense. They were trying to conserve him. And as great a story as he has been, and he has been a revelation this year, but a fun story. It's probably not a good thing because he's not supposed to be your number 2 starter.
No,
they traded for a supposedly number 2 starter.
No, we supposedly had a number 2 starter, but he was also hurt most of the year again.
Yeah,
Severino.
And they traded for Montas, and they had Taillon, and they had Montgomery, who was so valuable he had to be traded.
Does Frank know about my new diet? I don't think, unless Frank was watching the other streams. Do you know about what happened with DoorDash and me on Friday night?
No.
So Friday night, I decided I didn't want to go out and get food.
Mm-hmm.
Bad decision. Should have went. Ordered DoorDash, $23 worth of food from Taco Bell.
Okay.
All right, which is like not that much food, but it's $23 worth of food.
Yeah, because it's pricey when you have to order from something like that. Yeah, I know.
So let me tell you. So I live in an apartment complex. You have a gates I have two gates, gate A,
Mhm.
gate B, different sides of the complex. So I have very, very explicit instructions of how everything works. Dasher decided to not follow said instructions. I see the Dasher on the app circling around. Text the Dasher through the app. Hey, do you need help? Get a phone call. I'm at the gate. Gate's not opening. I go, well, what gate are you at? I'm in one in front of the leasing office. I go, well, that's not the right gate. Oh, no, that's the only. I go, dude, there's two gates. And he's yelling at, he's not letting me talk. I'm like, okay, cool. Just leave the food in front of the leasing office.
Right.
Okay. So now I got to get up. I got to get off the couch. I got to put on my sneakers. Now I'm jogging. I'm jogging to the leasing office because, someone could snatch my food at this point. Make my way, grab my food. There's people touching my food because he didn't even leave it in front of the leasing office. He left it in front of the gym. Grab the bag, grab my drink, go back to my apartment, open the bag. Guess what's in my bag?
I'm gonna guess it wasn't Taco Bell.
It was just napkins. Brown Taco Bell napkins. Nothing else. And I had a 75% full soda. Okay. Drink. That was it. That's all I had.
So we can only deduce that my man got hungry trying to find your door.
Dude. Now it's like 10 something. So now everything is pretty much closing up for the night.
That pretty much ruins your night.
And now I'm not going to order Taco Bell again because I have PTSD from
I hear you.
now ordering from Taco Bell. So I'm on the app, DoorDash, and I'm complaining. And at first, they didn't want to give me money back.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, oh, hold on a second. I was like, do you see the picture? Do you see that little brown bag that I got?
Yeah.
I go, do you see my order? I ordered a nacho fry box. I ordered this. How is that going to fit in a little bag? They're like, I'm like, okay, I need my money back. So they give me the credits back and everything. But moral of the story, I didn't eat on Friday night. All I had was napkins and a soda. Fortunately enough, earlier in the day, I went to Chili's and I had extra chips because they have the unlimited chips. Mm-hmm. So the waitress was nice enough to give me chips to go. And that was my dinner that night. The free chips from Chili's.
I think we've been, It reminds me of a time many years ago where we ordered a pizza and it never came for like 3 hours. I haven't had that problem with DoorDash. I had a problem with Uber Eats a couple times. I'll put it this way. In fact, I had so many problems with Uber Eats. They actually questioned me, like wondering if I was making up all these complaints. Like I was trying to get my money back on purpose. I'm like, dude, I send you the pictures. I'm not even blaming the driver. It was probably the restaurant. They gave them the wrong bag.
I also blame the drivers because they don't check. They don't check the orders.
Right. I had the same thing. I had a guy. I'll tell you what. About maybe 6 months ago, ordered KFC. Guy he tried to give me. He hands me with a Popeye soda. I'm like, well, no, I ordered KFC. That's your first thing. And then when I get the thing, it's not the right order. So again, like I said, it was one of the multiple things I had to complain about. They either forget something. That's why I'm saying when I with the restaurant, because it's usually something like in the bag, like if they're sealed up, they're not going to check it in there, like I said, and they're always forgetting something. Like they forgot some fries, they forgot this, they forgot that, or they put the wrong, or it was a similar order, so they brought my order to someone else and gave me. In one case, there was another guy named Frank that happened to order at the same time.
And Frank, if oddly enough, a year ago around this time, I had COVID. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I was out. I couldn't do anything.
Okay.
It was a Sunday. I remember this vividly. It was a Sunday. I'm like, man, let me order some McDonald's through DoorDash.
Yeah.
Same thing happened. Similar, but the gate was open. They got through the gate. No one called me. I got a picture, and my food was on the opposite side at someone else's random apartment. And by the time I walked over there, the food was gone.
Nice.
And granted, I had bad COVID, like the where I shouldn't have been walking.
Right.
I got my money back that time and extra money.
Yeah, it seems to be a recurring theme. Like ordering from fast food is not a good idea, apparently.
Well, it's not even that. That's the dasher's fault.
Yeah,
for
exactly. Yeah, I'm saying these
not
drivers are not like the. My point being, if they had an actual driver that worked at the restaurant, maybe they'd be a
yes,
little more careful.
because
I don't
there's
know.
a okay, you worked at that McDonald's. I'm going to go to that McDonald's and I'm going to F your world up
Yeah.
mentality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Nothing ruins a night by getting your food not right. You know, or having to send food back at a restaurant. Nobody wants to have to do that.
yeah, no, I get it, Eric. I get it.
Yeah,
But,
we get it. 100%. We get it.
but the issue is just check the freaking order. And if there's instructions, if
Yeah.
someone takes the time to leave you instructions,
Actual instructions. Follow them. Yeah.
you know that there's been problems in the past. So you should probably read the instructions. And if you have any questions, contact the customer who you're delivering the food to. It doesn't take a 4-year college degree to do it. That's why they offer these jobs to anyone. To anyone.
Yeah, like you said, you put detailed instructions. I've done something as little as saying, "Hey, please ring the doorbell." They couldn't even do that. So it's fun.
And listen, in as much as we say it's DoorDash, I've also had in the past when I lived in New York just horrible takeout orders from
Mhm.
everywhere that I actually had to take. It got so bad with some restaurants for takeout that I literally have to go check each container to make sure, okay, is
Yeah,
this in there? Is this in there? Is this in there? Is this the
yeah, which you shouldn't have to do.
because the problem is they don't give a shit about a takeout order because
Mhm.
most people don't complain about it. They don't.
Right.
They're like, all right, I'm just
They're in
gonna
a
eat
rush.
it.
Yeah,
F
they're in
it.
a rush. Yeah,
Or they're not gonna wait for a new order to be made.
yeah, and we know from years of working with customer service, you know,
It's
not something you want to do.
ridiculous.
Leave a bad impression. One bad impression is all. That's all that's needed.
Yeah. Maka kept my food and drink. Yeah, probably. It's I don't know. Whatever
Yeah,
you do, even if it's sweeping the floors, right?
you gotta
Like
have
take
some
some
pride in
pride
that.
in what you do. Jesus.
That's always been my motto. No matter what I do, I'm gonna work harder than maybe more than I should have, just because I have pride in my work. Not everybody has that, unfortunately. Um, as we've noted here, because this keeps happening multiple times. Actually, I can say the one time I did order Taco Bell versus via one of these apps, it was actually when I was in Chicago last year for All Out, and they forgot half the order. First of all, it took the guy over an hour to get there. Food was cold, and he forgot like something my friend ordered. So we want.
So I don't
Then
like
I'm having to go to the
pickles.
store and get some snacks after that.
I don't like pickles. It's to the point that you guys can call me a baby in chat. If there's a pickle in my cheeseburger, yes, I can take the pickle off of the cheeseburger. I will not eat the cheeseburger if it has a
Wow.
pickle. Okay. So,
Gotcha.
yes, I may be a little bit difficult, but
It's okay.
if they
We all
allow
have
me
our
to order the food without a pickle,
right.
please
Then
don't come with a freaking
right.
pickle on it.
That's why they have customized orders for that reason, correct?
I'm not asking for too much.
And I know I'm a picky person myself. Like, don't you put mayonnaise on my sandwich, okay? But I don't care what people think I'm weird. Oh, you're eating a dry sandwich? Yes, I am, and I'm enjoying it. So, yeah, that's that. Don't put no. I don't need no tomato, mayonnaise, whatever extra stuff on there. But some people like it. But like you said, if you have the option, I mean, why do we have the option then?
Yeah. I mean, McDonald's, they make it where you can't even order the Big Mac sauce through the app. You have to go to the store, which is fine. But they're doing it to save themselves from any errors with takeout. But then yet
Right.
you'll order I don't want onions and pickles on the
Yeah.
burger. Then you get the burger and it comes with extra onions and extra pickles. And you're like, how the F did this happen?
It's literally written right on
Is
the
someone
thing.
just effing with me? Is this what it is? Is this just a game to someone?
It's literally written on the order. I mean,
No, I ain't taking off the yes. Yes, thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
that's
I
fair.
thought I was weird.
If you don't like it, you don't want to taste it.
I do. I know it has dill. I know it has pickles in there. So
Hey,
long story short,
we all have our different things.
long
Like I said,
story short,
go ahead.
when I was like 6 or 7, also from McDonald's, I got food poisoning. And I linked it in my head as a 7-year-old to the pickle that was on the burger. Not the meat, not the cross contamination, but the raw pickle. And ever since then,
It's traumatizing.
I cannot have a raw pickle. So that's the story in a nutshell.
I'm sure we're gonna get some comments about us ranting. I know we came this close to asking to see the virtual manager here, but and we should know because we both from years in retail we know what this is like.
Yeah.
Or even my years doing asset protection when I had everyone yelling at me because I was the first person they saw, the last person they saw in the store. So,
I worked for a retailer for 17 years in a variety of roles, from the entry level role to the highest role you can get without being, what would you say? I was the highest rated salesperson in the Northeast or something like that. Yeah. So I used to travel to, I don't know, 25 stores. If you think I'm weird, there's people in the general public that are just so weird. It's unbelievable. I've been to people's houses where they're literal hoarders. I go, oh, where do you want us to set up equipment? What are you looking to do? And they literally have no space in their home because they have newspapers from the 1950s stacked wall to wall in their room. There's some weirdos out there. I went to a house one time and I'm allergic to cats. I take medication every day for my allergies. My medication could not save me from an allergy attack from about 20 feet away from this house.
mm-hmm.
Literally, the woman opened the door. No. I go on the porch and I see cats literally following me. Cats,
Oh boy.
like 6 or 7 of them, following me to the door. I opened the door. It was like 43 cats in this house. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what are we looking? Oh, I'm looking to get security cameras. I said, all right, that's outside, right? She's like, yes. I'm like, all right, can you close the door? Thank you. There's some weird
Yeah.
people out there.
This is relatively mild stuff you're talking about, I'm sure.
You would have, dude.
You would have barfed at that. I have some stories I can tell you that would make you barf as you hear me tell the story.
Yeah, there's some craziness.
You ever see a boombox come to customer service and about 15 roaches pop out of it?
Huh.
But anyway, or you ever
Yeah.
walk into the men's bathroom and find a mother cleaning her child in the sink because he made an accident?
Yep. I mean, there's just
I have.
there's just some crazy stuff that happens.
Yeah, we'll have to do a special show just talking about our crazy experiences, maybe, if people are into that.
I'll shit you not. Okay, there's at least 43 cats in that house. At least. At least.
Yeah.
And there was cats. As I was talking to the client outside of the house, they were following us window to window.
Oh, wow.
Window to window. These were like the cats have eyes. These cats would have killed me.
Yeah, it's the cat's house. The lady that was there, it wasn't her house. She was just paying rent to these cats.
And you know what was the worst part? Was the lady. You would think this woman. All right, in chat. How old do you think this woman was? Let's get some guesses in chat.
Ooh, some good guesses here.
Let's get some guesses in chat. How old was the woman with the cats? Let's see the guesses.
Yeah, because I'm sure everyone in chat is probably picturing like crazy cat lady from The Simpsons or something like that.
We got 65, we got 70, 152 because she was a witch. 55.
I would guess. I'm going to guess
So
it's
this
lower than
was
that.
in 2018.
I'm going to go low.
So
I'm
at
going to
that
go under.
time-
If there's an over/under, I'm going to go under here.
At that time, that woman was 28 years old. 28 years old. And she was a good-looking woman. Obviously, had a couple screws loose. Good-looking woman. Russ was close. He said 26. Yeah, she's 28 years old. 28 years old. I'm not going to repeat that.
Nice.
But just crazy. I don't know. What other weird stories do I have? Was it Selena Kyle? No, it wasn't Selena Kyle. I mean, I have stories I can't say on the air. I'll put it that way. There's been awkward situations in houses, moments, lots of just weird stuff.
We really run the gamut on the show today, folks. From the World Series to DoorDash to crazy cat ladies in their 20s.
Yeah. It's nobody's listening. Go ahead. I mean, there was ladies that came on to me that were married. I don't play that. It's just not, and especially if I'm working. That just would not. I would not cross that line. Baseball only. Yeah, to anything but baseball.
I mean, there's not much more we can say about this. We have 2 teams playing this week.
Eric, yeah. And I'm like, really? I'm like, where? You know what's funny is I'm like, where is this when I'm not working? Where is this when I'm not working? But yeah, listen, we live in a world that is ever evolving. Again, who's going to win the World Series? The Phillies are back.
I guess which fan base has more cats in their house? I think. Speaking of Taco Bell, will we get a stolen base tomorrow on Friday night, and we'll get a free taco for everybody? Who's it
Yeah,
gonna
I'll get a
be?
free napkin.
Maybe you'll get a free napkin. Yeah.
Answer it. I had that too. I had that too. I had that too.
You go to enough houses, I guess.
I honestly, I don't like. I don't miss the job that I had anymore. I thought I would, um, but it was
He
just
said
terrible.
definitely Phillies fans don't like cats. So is that a positive thing? I don't know.
What? Phillies fans have more cats.
Well, I did ask which fan base you think has more cats. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't imagine. I don't know. There could be some crazy cat people out there in Houston. I don't know.
But then there's also the crazy dog people, which is on the other side of the spectrum. Now, I love dogs. However, and this might be controversial, this might be a hot take. I don't like your damn dog. Why? Why would that be? Why would that be? Think psychologically. If I haven't been around the dog, and that dog hasn't been around me
Hmm.
ever, how am I to know that that dog isn't going to leap and nip me? Or if it's a huge dog,
Yeah.
bite the shit out of me? How do I know that? How do I know that's not going to happen? You're going to ensure that this dog doesn't attack me. I've seen it happen in people's homes where a dog is just all of a sudden one false move and they're like,
Sure.
boom, they're just set off and we're off to the races and someone's getting a tetanus shot because their damn dog bit them.
Yep.
What kind of dog? It could be any dog. I don't like people's dogs either. No, my dog's definitely going to eat your face again because the first thing a dog is meant, especially bigger dogs, they're meant to be protectors. And if they've never seen someone before, their first inkling is to sniff them to whatever. And let's just say hypothetically, I was around another dog, even my dog, and they go, "Ooh, I don't like that scent." What do you think's going to happen? And you don't lock the dog up? You don't lock the dog up when you have someone at your home?
I know when I had a dog, we always did lock her up because she didn't always like new people. Even my nephew Mac, he doesn't like strangers.
The
Once he gets
kind with
kind with
teeth.
teeth, well, yeah, exactly. They got teeth, they can bite.
Hey, my dog is great. He won't bite. I can guarantee. You can't guarantee that. You can't guarantee that. You don't know. Everyone says it. Even the little French bulldog that my parents have. You don't know. Something could set him off, and he goes to bite someone. Is it gonna hurt? No, but still.
It's their instinct, like you said. Especially when they're small, because they got to try to
Well,
scare
small
off.
dogs don't know that they're small. There's depth
No,
perception issues.
yeah, I know my dog had a Chihuahua mix. She didn't know she was that small. She wanted to take on every wild animal in the yard. There's a possum there, raccoon. She wanted to take him on. I had to make sure that didn't happen.
See, Diamond has it right. My dog's definitely gonna eat your face
See?
off.
There you go.
Yeah, like Panini, nothing's guaranteed. Yeah, on average, the dog won't bite you, but every once in a while, the dog might bite you.
You never know.
Yeah.
You
So my apartment complex, and I can't wait to move out of this shithole. I can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait to move out of here. My apartment's nice. Complex. Other people, they suck. They walk their dogs, no leash. They defecate all over the place. They don't pick it up.
Oof.
And there's even little, the little crap bags, the little plastic
Yeah.
crap bags. They have them all
They put
over
'em
the
out.
place.
Yeah.
But they don't bother to take the bag, take the poop,
Yeah.
and put it in the bin.
Yeah, and I know it's not fun. Nobody likes to do it, but if you're gonna do that, I mean, have some respect.
You own a dog, take care of it.
I
Take
know. I
care of its
had to
mess.
babysit my nephew 2 weeks ago, a couple weeks ago. I had to. I like doing it, no, but I did.
Put it on a leash.
Be careful. Knowing when the owner has no control of the dog.
No, Jake, I
Yeah,
100% agree. It's just like there's no bad kids, there's only bad parents. It's like the same thing. Chihuahua's dangerous. They'll bite your ankle, so you fall again. Yeah. He's a big bully.
you never know. You can have a sweet
Yeah,
face.
look at the size of your
Look
dog.
at my nephew here. Get the sweetest face in the world. But if you don't know you, I don't know.
Yeah. But
I try to keep. We try to keep him away from strangers because God forbid he sees another dog.
here's what I do. When they try to bite me, I shove my whole hand or whatever they're trying to bite way back in their mouth.
Get some tactics. All right.
What happens if it's like I don't know, like what's the big dogs, like a Saint Bernard? You
Right.
get to a Saint Bernard?
Yeah, folks. So if you're gonna have people, come over and do some service to your house,
bull.
you
They have
might
lockjaw.
want to put the animals away. I guess it's tough when you have 43 cats to put them away, but if you got a dog, keep them in the kitchen or something.
I had a woman that wanted a. I said this in the beginning. She wanted a home theater system in her apartment. I walked in the apartment, and there was newspapers and magazines all over the apartment. So much so that I couldn't sit down in her apartment. So I stood up for an hour and a half with her, talking about where we can possibly put her stuff. And it all led back to me being polite and saying, well, if you can possibly move some of your newspapers and magazines, we could fit a TV. Well, not even a TV. We can literally fit a 140-inch projection screen in your apartment. What's up, Gina?
Hey, what's up? Welcome to our dog cat chat. we got shows for days here. Apparently, we can just run out here.
It's the best kind. It's the best kind of show.
I love it. I love it. That's why I like going live with you guys out there. Thank you for participating.
Ears are sensitive as hell along with their nose. Yeah. Yeah. Hit the like button. Helps me out. Apparently, RGL will be breaking. I don't know what time. You guys could tell me what time. We have a football game on with the Patriots and Bears. I'm not really excited about that game.
Yeah.
Isn't it unfortunate how the primetime games haven't really been that great for the NFL? I had a service call for a house. Central Air stopped working. Turns out the lady had so many cats. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. Randy, where are you from? Randy, where are you from? Oh, it'd be funny if he says the part where I went. Randy, please put in chat where this call was. Start body slamming. Maryland. Yeah, mine was in New York. But it was in like rural Orange County, New York. You would think it would have been like in the city or Frank, like in Yonkers. But no, this was a rural New York, basically country land. I don't need a dog for Humber. I have a cardboard Greg Lloyd. Greg Lloyd, he was a good one. He was a good one. Him and Kevin Green together.
Yeah.
He's Kevin Green.
Kevin Green.
What other stories do you guys want me to talk about? I have a lot. I have to think about them though. I can outrun a dog for the first 6 seconds after he loses interest.
I don't know if I can do that, to be honest, guys. I'm not getting any younger.
Well, that's the problem. Don't run. I was just in New York this weekend. Watched a woman casually smoke a crack pipe on the sidewalk.
Oh,
Yeah.
it would be odd if they weren't.
It's commonplace now, apparently. I'm in Florida. For better or worse, I'm in Florida now. I honestly think at this point, every state has their pros and cons. I do miss the food. The New York food is it's greatly missed. But that's why I've lost so much weight.
100%.
That's why
I say when I lived on the West Coast, I wasn't as big. I actually managed to lose weight there. I came back here. I doubled the size for a while.
I am in a catch-22. I can't have the Patriots, definitely. Then I can't have Montgomery
fantasy
going
team?
either.
Yeah, I didn't actually play fantasy football this year. I was kind of burnt out.
Oh, Frank, you're going to be in the league next year.
Okay.
What's up, Vic?
Yeah, I didn't really like the league I was in, to be honest. Even with my baseball league this year, it's a free league, but some people take it a little too seriously.
Oh no, we take it serious. We take it serious.
That's okay.
Actually, the person that takes it the most serious is this guy. Every little move I made as commissioner, I got blown up in tech. Oh, you do 2 for 3 trades? I'm like, if you can make a 2 for 3 trade, then why not? Oh no, it's just weird. I've never seen that. Is that a Northeast thing? I'm like, no, that's just a fantasy thing.
I mean, I got stuff like, oh, you've got too many good players in your team. Like, how come you won't trade them to me? That's not how it works.
It's like the armchair quarterback of fantasy football. It's crazy. I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I really feel the heat here as commissioner, and I shouldn't have to feel the heat.
Yeah. In all my leagues, it's always like you'll have those people like that. Then you'll have some people that don't care at all and just don't even pay attention to their teams, and it just makes it worse because they're not even paying attention.
Let me tell you something.
And it's like
there's a couple people. So Tina is in the league. Tina was undefeated, but she's going to take her first loss this week. There's teams in the league where there's nice cards on the line for the winner that literally don't update or change their teams, and they have become bottom feeders. This was all not supposed to happen. And you know what? It happened. So I don't know what to do.
Hey, sometimes the people
didn't play Boyd.
Sometimes the people that know less about the sport do better in the fantasy league. Sometimes it does happen, and people get so mad, and it's funny. But yeah, I like to just have fun. But it's just I can't have people. How come you don't trade someone to me? I don't have to trade someone to you. If it's good for me.
No, but like, what's funny? You know, everyone hates the commish. Got to give him a hard time.
Yeah.
Is that Ben would what was the other thing that Ben complained about? Ben, what else did you complain about? Write in the chat. I know there was a lot. What else did you complain about? Oh, the kicker. I was like, a kicker, it's useless. Why redrafting kickers? So I got rid of the kicker position in fantasy, and he went absolutely ape duty on me. How is this? What kind of league is this? You don't have kickers? And I'm like, oh, do we really need a kicker? I'd rather just have another extra position than a kicker. So he complained about that. What was the other thing? There was I think the funniest one though was what's up with these uneven trades? How could you trade 2 players and get back 3? And I'm like, I don't know. It allows you to do that. In the 20 plus years I played fantasy, I've never had anyone question me about 2 for 3 trades. But literally, in the Discord chat, it was a mile long before I replied. Before I could even get a reply in of like, the app allows it.
Yeah, we've had certain people in our league ranting, like posting, spamming like the chat with silly stuff.
Man, it'd be funny when we play. Well, I know Ben's not going to play fantasy baseball, but I'm sure we can get at least 10 people for fantasy baseball. And if you want to sign up, let me know. We'll do it ahead of time for fantasy baseball. Because I like rotisserie. I like the rotisserie leagues. I like roto. I do not like head to head. Head to head, you literally have to have no brain to win head to head.
Yeah.
Roto, you actually have to keep up with it and be strategic. Am I going to throw all my pitchers early on in the season, or am I going to wait till the end of the season because you have innings limits on your pitchers?
Oh, okay.
You also have games limits on your positions. You can't go over a certain amount of games.
Mm. Yeah, I've never played anything like that.
Oh, and the IR thing? Oh, so I put 2 IR spots in fantasy football, which I've always had IR spots. He goes, what's an IR spot? I go, when someone gets hurt, you put them on injured reserve and you can pick up another player. Oh, that's ridiculous. That's an easy way of just manipulating your roster. And I'm like, I don't know. Every fantasy league I've been in for the last 15, 20 years has had IR spots.
Right. Because if you don't, then it's like you're going to get penalized because one of your players goes down.
Is it free? I mean, here's the thing. The people that would want to put up money, they could put up money. But all I ask is if you're going to go in on a free ride, A, you're not going to get any money or prizes. But the most important thing is that you actually keep up with the league. Because if you don't, I'll be really pissed. I'm just going to be honest. Nothing infuriates me more than having an easy win.
Mm.
And that's what I had this week in fantasy. I'm not going to say names, but I had an easy win. And my team actually performed well.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to try it. Yeah, it's fine. But you have. I'm telling you right now, I will dox you. I know your real name. I will reveal your name to the world. Games to games. If you don't keep up with the fantasy baseball league, you will get doxed. Tragic. Yeah, he is. He is. He is undefeated. You guys have a good shot. My team is creeping back. Yeah. What? Yeah. You better keep up with it. Better keep up with the league. We already have 2 spots. We have me and Frank. We just need 8 more. Sure, we can find them. By the way, if you guys want to join the baseball only platform and you root for a team, let us know. You could be a correspondent, you could be a co-host, you could drop in and out. I know there's people that have other podcasts, other shows. We can collaborate. My team stinks in your league. My team stinks in my league. In the other league. I got lucky for a little while because I drafted Breece Hall. Yeah, we haven't talked about that. I'm also really, really, really bummed out and depressed about that. Brees Hall out for the year, torn ACL. Elijah Vera Tucker out for the year, torn triceps. 5-2 Jets, doesn't matter. We're not going to go anywhere. Justin, we were talking about cats, dogs, DoorDash. Now we're talking about fantasy baseball.
Football's a funny sport. Although I will say it's nice that for once, when the Yankees get tragically eliminated, at least my Giants are actually playing some good football for once. I'm not getting ahead of myself.
No. I can't even have that, Frank, because
I
I'm a
understand what you
Jets
mean.
fan.
I understand you can't have that because it's like that. Yeah, I know what you mean. But
So this is the timeline of how things happen. I saw Brees Hall go down, right? Yankees, the inevitable is getting delayed. First pitch now is at 8:30. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna lose this game. It's
Yeah.
fine. Reports come out later in the evening. Brees Hall torn ACL. I'm like, okay, I'm fine with that. It kind of expected it. And then this afternoon, I get hit with the double whammy. Oh, by the way, your best offensive lineman who's moved from one guard position to the other guard position to tackle, looked like an all-pro this year, Elijah Vera Tucker, torn triceps, out for the year.
Oof.
And guess who we play on Sunday? Of all teams, guess who we play?
You're asking me? I'm out of the loop.
The Patriots.
Of course.
Russ, honestly, I love you. Just don't get me started with that. Those fans are asinine. The game plan was to run the ball because we had a strong offensive line led by Vera Tucker in the running game with Brees Hall and Michael Carter. Now, two of those three elements are out. So now they have to open up the passing game again, which they weren't doing when they were winning. We're on a 4-game winning streak due to the formula of running the football down people's throats. Now we can't do that. It's going to be challenging to do that. We were 1-2 with Flacco. 1-2 with Flacco. 4-0 with Zach Wilson. I would rather my quarterback throw for under 200 yards a game if we're winning than throw for 400 yards a game and we're losing. Why is that, Frank? That's called empty stats. Because you're down so much in the game. You're down in the game, so you have to throw the ball.
And you're putting up meaningless yardage because the other team's not really trying to shut you down either at that point.
We want to hear it. How about spelunking? It's not over yet. The Bears stink. I'm so confused. What do the Bears have to do with anything? What are the Bears? Huh? I must have missed something in chat. Did I miss something in chat? Oh, and not for nothing, after we played the Patriots, we play the Bills. So it doesn't get easier. Fans nowadays just want to see big plays, don't really understand the trench game. Oh, she has the Pats defense left to play. Okay. I get it. No, they don't. They think everything has to be long passes down the field. It doesn't have to be that way.
Got to grind it out.
Well, guys, ladies, children, In the case of games to games, children. What else? I could give this a few more minutes. Frank can give this a few more minutes. I know you guys want me to rant. I've already ranted a little bit. I can only my heart can only take so much today. It really it's. I almost didn't do the show. I almost didn't. I almost threw in the towel. He said, "Wow." Do me like that. I'm just busting your chops, man. She has the pen. What else is going on? Twisted Lowrider. What's going on? Twisted Lowrider. I don't know. We were talking about baseball, talking about fantasy sports, talking about dogs, cats, DoorDash. I think we're about finished with this stream. Thank you for tuning in, JML, Frank.
Frank.
Good
Thanks,
night,
guys.
good luck. We'll talk to you soon. Good night.